Hello, biology class. This is the chapter 24A section of notes. We've been looking through all the different systems as we've worked our way through the chapters, and we're now on the endocrine system. Endocrine system is the one that controls our hormones and it also functions together with our nervous system. So the job of the endocrine system helps the body control its functions. It consists of ductless glands, deposits hormones into the bloodstream, and the blood carries it to our different organs. A duct is a passageway. So we might ask, what are hormones? They are chemical messengers. They're produced in one area of the body and transported to another. They are organic chemicals, steroids, and non-steroids. Like we said before, they're transported by the bloodstream. They are specific for certain target cells, and those target cells are going to have specific receptors. They explain it like a lock and a key. Not all hormones are the same, and only certain cells can accept them. The location of the receptors are going to be primarily in the cytoplasm of the cell. I wanted to reach my video and I could not, so I'll have to do it this way. Alright, let me make it straight here. Okay, the location of the receptor cells in steroid hormone receptors would be in the cytoplasm. Non-steroid hormones are going to be in the cell membrane and in the cytoplasm. Hormones are going to be secreted in small amounts. They're filtered out by the kidneys and deactivated by the liver. They're very closely regulated. We're going to talk about how they're regulated up here in the negative feedback system. Your body is going to want to control the secretion of those hormones, and your nervous system is going to be tied together with your endocrine system to allow your body to respond to changes. Okay? We're going to talk about how the body responds by this idea of a feedback mechanism. I want to think about a feedback mechanism as like a thermostat. Your book talks about this as well. A negative feedback system would be like, for example, if you have a thermostat on your wall, your thermostat regulates how much heat that your furnace makes, right? So think about your body as being the same kind of way. Your body doesn't want too much of a hormone, it doesn't want too little of a hormone, so it needs to control it. And what it's going to do is to act kind of like your heating system in your house. A feedback mechanism in which the product actually inhibits the system, right? The more heat that your house has, the thermostat can turn off or keep your furnace from making more heat, right? So, for example, the more of a hormone that's in your body doesn't need to make more because there's plenty as it's circulating through your bloodstream. Your body does not need to make more. Some malfunctions would be that sometimes our bodies get confused and they don't produce the right amount of hormones. Sometimes they under-secrete a hormone. So hypo, this is something that we've seen this beginning of the word before. Hypo means under. You're making too little of something. Hyper is overreacting, right? Overstimulating, over-secreting the hormone. And so you might need to take medications to help your body to be able to manage those, since you can't correctly follow the negative feedback system. Okay, we're going to look at some endocrine glands here. Most of these are going to be related to and found in your head, specifically near your brain, right? Anterior pituitary secretes tropic hormones like your thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, your adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, gonadotropins, right, for your gonads. This anterior pituitary is responsible for secreting growth hormone to help you grow properly. Pituitary dwarfism happens when you are under secreting that growth hormone in childhood, right? Pituitary giantism is going to be hyper or over secretion of that hormone, growth hormone, in childhood. Okay. This would be a hyper secretion in adulthood, acromegaly. Pituitary hormones are also an important hormone in our body. Oxytocin, an antidiuretic hormone against, right, decreasing diuretic means passing urine. So this is going to be something that your body produces and wants to control, right? You might need medication if you don't properly have that in balance. Thyroid gland found in your throat area, right near your voice box, your larynx. The thyroid gland is something that produces and releases hormones that control your metabolism. How it does this is by stimulating heat production. It also affects your growth. It is controlled by the negative feedback system. You might produce too little hypothyroidism, which is going to create problems called creatinism and myodexima. Hyperthyroid would be overreacting, overproducing thyroid hormones. It's going to cause you to be restless and hyperactive, extreme weight loss, right? The thyroid gland produces several hormones. Another type would be thyroxine, and it's affected by iodine and calcitonin. Another gland in our body are called the islets of Langerhans. They're located in the pancreas. They help control your blood sugar level. They produce two hormones, insulin, which lowers your blood sugar level, and glucagon, which raises your blood sugar level. So, assuming your body's working properly, these are going to be balanced using, the proper feedback mechanism. Adrenal medulla helps a person prepare for emergencies, right? It produces two hormones, epinephrine, which is adrenaline, and norepinephrine, which is noradrenaline. The pineal gland secretes melatonin. It is also an important gland. Our thymus gland secretes thymosin. Thymus gland is involved in our immune system. The gonads or reproductive organs are one more type. The male reproductive organ, the testes, is going to produce testosterone, or also known as androgens. Female reproductive organ would be the ovaries, that is two actually, and you produce estrogen and progesterone. This is regulated, or the gonads are regulated by gonadotropic hormones that are produced by the anterior pituitary. Their increased production in early teen years. They lead to the secondary reproductive characteristics here that are listed. All right, that's the end of our 24A notes. Thanks.